Yo, what up? This your main man in the building. I want to welcome you to another episode of Logically Speaking. Y'all know what it is. Every week we're going to make that thing going down. You know what I'm talking about? But again, in the building, I can't do this by myself, so you know I had to bring some help. Got some of my special people in the building one time with me, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves before we get deep into things, man. So I'm going to start right here to my left. I mean to my right. I said to my left. To my right over here with my girl, Chels. Chels, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Look at our sophisticated. You enjoying the drink? The drink is good. We've been wrestling with her headset, trying to get that right for a second, but she all together right now.
All the way
good. Got my girl Jerica Roy to the left over here.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? She's back in the building. Y'all know how to do this again and couldn't do it without having my girl out now.
That's right. Happy
you know what I'm saying? New to the scene, but still stacking the green. My man that do it for the team. Bryce Reed, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know how that is one time, man.
How y'all doing?
So, y'all know, logically speaking, we had to do this thing, men versus women, talk about these topics dealing with relationships. So we couldn't do this thing without having it where it had a balanced thing going out. You know what I'm saying? You had the men on one side, women on one other side, and we're going to talk about this, see if we can find some common ground for us to get on the same page. Can we or can we not? Why did everybody just stop like that? I guess that ain't. So we got some interesting topics today for y'all that Jerica actually came up with. You know, in our group chat we was talking about it, and she was like, "Yo, let's touch this subject right here." So you know, we're gonna get into. We're gonna talk about today secret bank accounts and body counts. Secret bank accounts and body counts.
That's a great
Sounds like an R&B song, don't it?
Yeah.
I got my secret bank accounts and even got my body count. Hey,
like
I got my secret bank account. Hey, and even my body count. Hey, we might turn it into a song.
I'm telling you. Look.
I mean, we already looking like an R&B group up here. Like we ain't been on tour in 20 years. But before we jump into secret bank account things, man, we want to talk about something because we actually got an article where this came from. You know what I'm saying? Jerica gonna break this whole thing down to you.
All right, let me pull this up for
You
y'all.
gonna pull
right
that up,
quick.
yeah?
All right, this is what it says. My husband works, and I am a stay-at-home mom. He is the most unselfish person I know. I handle all the finances, and he has never said or acted like it was his money. It's our money. Anyway, he's upset with me because he found out I had a bank account he knew nothing about. I've been making money online and keeping it from him. He says that his problem is not that I've been making money online, but I kept it from him in the event of a divorce someday. He said that women keeping a stash of hidden money in case the marriage fails is like a man keeping a side chick in case the marriage fails. And we both know and we both need to be all in or nothing. My mom raised me to have a secret stash that my husband doesn't know about. Is this wrong or is my husband right?
Oh, Chelsea, what you think about that? You think that's wrong? You talking about secret bank accounts. Not the fact that she was sitting here making money, but she made money and held that thing to herself while the husband took care of all the bills. Everything.
Well, you know, I personally, I don't think it's wrong with having a backup bank account, right? For an emergency rainy day, your husband wake up one morning and he decide he don't want to be with you, take the whole house, you wake up, the couch, the bed, everything is gone. You need to have that secret bank account. But in her instance, it seems like it's a secret. I mean, I feel like
selfish.
It's selfish, right? Very. I feel like that's something that she should, in a marriage, you should be able to have that open, honest communication with each other, and you know, have your separate bank account, and then maybe have a joint account for bills or whatever the case may be. But a whole secret banking on the relationship to fail, or if he decide to wake up and be with another woman, I'm gonna have some money to run off. I think that's wrong. I do. I think it's wrong.
She said in there that she was raised to have a secret account,
and that is an old tradition. I have heard that. It is an
old tradition.
I've heard that.
So how does that? So that's interesting because how does that thing fare when you're walking into a relationship? Is that like a conversation that you need to have now, going into this thing? Because he was taking care of everything, with the impression of her just being able to be home. and now she's making money on the side. It's almost like because I think in reverse, if you have the prenup, women sort of feel away. It's like, hey, you're sort of saying that, you know, we're not going to last through this. And the man is saying, no, I just want to, or the person with the money is saying, I just want to make sure that I'm protected. So what do you think about what she's saying about that?
I really don't think that there's anything wrong with a woman having her own money, because as a woman, you're supposed to have your own money. And it's not just in case something happens. It might be good for you to have your own money because you might want to buy something and your husband's like, no, we can't do it this month. We have to do that. But if you just take money out of your own pocket because you want to get yourself a fur coat or something, right, something silly or frivolous like that, or just anything it is that you want, there's nothing wrong with having your money on the side. As a matter of fact, I, for one, think that it should be he has a bank account, she has a bank account, there's a joint account. Yeah. And whatever it is that y'all put in the bills or whatever goes in the joint account is for bills only. Bills, vacations, savings, all of that. Everybody should always keep a little bit of something for themselves, maybe just in case the marriage fails, or just if they just want something.
Can I chime in?
Go right ahead, sir.
I totally agree with you on that. On the her having an account, he having an account, and they having a joint account. That's, to me, that makes perfect sense. When it comes to a secret account, secret stash, that's just something that people are going to do anyway.
Yep.
I mean, it's just being honest. People are going to do it anyway. The thing is, it's about the communication. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we're communicating and we're being all in this relationship, then there's no need to have a secret anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to put money aside, then there's no need for you to hide that in this relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you're having a secret banking account, then that means you're banking on this thing failing.
Yeah.
In my mind.
But she messed up. Because if she wanted to keep it a secret like that, baby should have hit it just a little bit better. Put it in somebody else's name, made it a bond or something. If you're going to hide it well.
Right.
Don't get caught.
So that brings me to ask this right here. So when you think about secret bank accounts or prenups, are those offensive things or is that a realistic thing that we have to think about, right? Because as much as we want a relationship to hurt, to last, realistically, it could go bad.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is my thing with the prenup, okay? It goes to say that you are going, how I view it is, you're going into the relationship thinking it's not going to work. Right. You're saving that money or for that rainy day.
Right.
If it don't work, he's not going to take all mine or she ain't going to take all mine. But then again, I do also, I'm a businesswoman too.
I was going to hit you with it. I'll say, listen, I was going to hit him.
So I do want to protect what I worked hard for.
Right.
So maybe can we have a contract that we put together that everything I have, that I worked hard for on my own is mine, and maybe this house that we get together.
Yeah.
I
was about to ask you that. I was going to say, Chelsea, you're an established woman. So you telling me some dude going to be able to walk in and get half of that?
No.
No. No. Why is that so offensive, though? Why wouldn't people hear the conversation of prenup or us setting this deal up? Why is it so offensive for me to protect myself when I'm in this relationship?
I don't think there's anything wrong with people wanting to protect themselves. I mean, it's a dirty game out there. People will come into the relationship one way. Everything will be fine in the beginning. Somewhere in the middle, things completely change, and they end up different people. And there's nothing wrong with you doing whatever it is that you have to do to protect yourself and to protect your assets. I don't think there's anything wrong with a prenuptial agreement. But if you're going to do the terms, you have to do terms that's fair for you and the other party. Now, you can't leave them high and dry and take all the doorknobs on the house on y'all's community property. You can't do them too bad.
No, you can't.
I think I ain't gonna lie. I think Dre's wife was a little bit greedy. But a lot of people say, well, that was her job, him. So whatever she went through with him, she deserved it out. But I was like, yo, she had already got a third of the business and like, what was it, $14 million.
Yeah, she got a lot, brother.
and then she was asking for extra like sick or something for the next 4 years. And what's crazy is, here's what's crazy. Based on the conditions of alimony, what if she purposely never marries again? You mean I gotta still pay for that?
Yeah, because that is the terms. It stops when she remarries.
Right. So what if she purposely do that?
Yeah.
And then so I gotta still pay for that.
That's what you. Unfortunately, that is what you signed up for. That's why Johnny Taylor said it is cheaper to keep her.
But what was fun when what's his name, Kendall got all that from Mary J. Blige, everybody spoke against it and called him a bum.
Yep.
What was the difference? Because as men, we've been complaining years about it. Man, this system ain't fair to this, because we do know that 87% of alimony is paid by men. So men have been complaining, but the minute Mary J was out, what was it, $70,000 a month? Then everybody was like, "Oh yeah, he bomb, he a trash. Why would he do that to her?" You know what I'm saying? Well, she was the breadwinner.
Well, here's the part that people have to understand on both sides of the game and why they draw alimony like that. That was the lifestyle it was that they are accustomed to. So if you are accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle, that's what the judge is going to weigh whatever that dollar amount is. And it hurts. But if you came up 20, 30 years in the lifestyle, he balling, you balling, y'all got all these cars, y'all got all these houses, y'all have amassed all of this wealth together, because the day that y'all sign that paperwork, everything is community property. And then the day y'all decide y'all don't want to be a community anymore, it doesn't matter who did the majority of the wealth, because you got to think about it. Whenever you have families, you have homes, you have children, there's going to be somebody that spends the fundamental time at work, and there's going to be somebody that spends the fundamental time with the children and the development of the household. So that is why she was entitled to that. And, you know, it's very unfortunate that Kendall and Mary don't have no kids. And he walked away with that. But that was the lifestyle that he was accustomed to. And it was a come up on his end. It was.
Mary said, I didn't go back to performing because I wanted to. I had to pay my rent. Right. Like, I had to pay rent. She was like, yo, they were giving this dude $70,000. Man, shout out to what's my man with Britney Spears? Kevin Federline. Shout out to the Kendalls and the Kevin Federlines of the world, man. Y'all need to teach a class on this, because y'all finessed the game way out there like that. And I thought that was cool. But I think where Baby Girl really went wrong, and I agree with y'all on this, there was no level of communication. So at the end of the day, when I see you got this bank account that you, and especially you making money online, like you doing your thing, it's almost like you're setting up for this failure in a sense, which I could have respected you having it, because I'm not going to lie. If I am taking care of everything and you have a source of income and you can do that to splurge all when you want to, I have no problem with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can stick within the means of our budget within the household. You know what I mean? While you go out and kind of live your life. But don't hide it, divide it. You know what I'm saying? Don't hide it, divide it. Ladies, don't hide it, divide it. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about the bank account, because you're going to spend money anyway.
Right.
That just means you ain't spending all my money.
Right.
You spend yours. You know what I'm saying? But when you made me think you sneaking off with Kevin Federline when you got the secret account.
Not the backup dancer.
Not the backup dancer. Y'all like y'all want to be hit again. Y'all want to be hit again?
Yeah.
Let me hit y'all again.
Look, whenever you said that $70 million, that hurt my feelings. I was just like, oh, hit me.
What?
Ooh.
Listen, it was mad crazy in there. It was mad crazy in there.
I think that if you have a certain amount of wealth, you might need to do a prenuptial agreement. Now, if you are just a regular, everyday person, hey, man, split it.
Yeah.
But if you got some serious money, you got some serious assets, get one.
Well, to me, I mean, because I would even take Chelsea, for example. I ain't going to put a business out there, but I think Chelsea should be protected, because if a broke man come in her situation, he got to come up over there.
Well, this is my thing, though. I really would walk into the relationship. I mean, it really all depends on that foundation that I built, and that trust that I have for that person. I mean, you definitely should walk into a relationship or marriage with trust. But
what if he's working at Walmart, Chelsea, and you decide to date him, right? And he built, like, he's good to you, and you like, yo, this is it. This is it. I love it. I love the way he treats me. Listen.
Well, this is the thing, though.
And he says, Chelsea, I want to go to the next level. Right? But listen, his Walmart money been paying your light bill. You know what I'm saying? He been putting on the lights. He been putting on lights and some gas. He been doing that because that's what he can afford to pay. But he says, now, I want to take it to the next level. Do you have that conversation?
To the next level where we're exclusive?
That prenup. No, that prenup.
We getting married?
We getting married.
Huh?
We getting married. Like, he's still at Walmart.
Well, I probably wouldn't marry the man because I feel like by the time we reach that point, if you haven't reached some type of goal or plan, you have to have a plan. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with Walmart. You can be the CEO of Walmart, own Walmart, have a barbershop inside of Walmart.
I used to see CSM. CSM. You see it.
I mean, love is love. In that instance, let's be transparent.
Come on.
I definitely would. We would have to sign some paperwork.
Gotta sign them papers. Them papers. And because we talked about that. Listen, people. Hey, listen. I don't always associate and identify and agree with everything that society rules depict. But at the end of the day, we got to acknowledge them. Chelsea just proved that. As an established woman, even if she goes down that road, at some point, if that ambition don't kick in and she gets somewhere on her level, marriage ain't going to happen. But just say she crosses the marriage. Chelsea said the paperwork is coming. We're going to sign that paperwork. Because you done work too hard.
We can have all the fun we want and all the marriage, you know. I mean, but at the same time, I wouldn't require it. And just like if a man, I probably would actually feel offended. Let's talk about the male asking a woman. I would feel a certain type of way because in my mind, I don't want nothing you own. But they can also have that fear that, you know, people see the ugly when you break up and when somebody dies. When someone in the family passes away, you see the other side of people.
Especially when it's time to do them.
Yeah. So for me, if a man was like, well, here go the papers, I need you to sign, I probably would feel a certain type of way because I'm like, you banking on this not to work? You don't trust me? Or
right. Why do we feel that way? I don't
know. I probably would feel weird about it, but I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it, but I think people feel weird about it because there's a negative connotation that is associated with the protection of self. People think that whenever you get into relationships or you're with people, it's supposed to be all or nothing, which it don't always work like that.
Right.
Gotcha.
Self-preservation is sometimes labeled as a bad thing when it's really not.
It is. Yo, welcome back to Logically Speaking. Your host in the building, Corey Espy. Y'all know how it is. We just got through talking about these secret bank accounts. I know some of y'all better get that together out there and communicate because that's what my group said. They said you need to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't hide it, divide it. And Chelsea says she's going to make you sign them papers if we get down to that point. But the next thing we're going to jump into, because I got to know, you know, because this is always an issue, and I hear women say certain things about it, and as a man, we got to talk about the biological difference on this. Does body count matter between men and women? Is it the same, or is there a different rule that applies to men body count and women body count?
Well, you just shot a whole loaded gun in the air.
Man.
Everybody die.
Well, how you want to break this down first?
Well, so for me, it started with a woman I was talking to, and she said, and we were talking about just sexual partners, and she brought up the fact and said to me, well, men do it too. So what's the difference? I mean, when y'all running around knocking everything off, ain't nobody saying anything about that. So why y'all tripping when we do it? I said, sweetie, bottom line, there's a different consequence for men and women. I said, at the end of the day, more women I sleep with, unfortunately, the more attractive I am. The more men you sleep with, the less attractive you become for relationships. Now, you'll be attracted to have sex with you, but they won't ever take you serious to have a relationship. And she said, that's BS. And then, so she went to a point to saying, well, see, that's my issue. This is where the sex is. It's all kind of sexism. I said, it is. I said, but here's my issue. Y'all only complain about that when it don't benefit you. But when it benefits you, you take advantage of it. But before I jump in there, because that'll be a whole nother way of it, I'm just asking y'all, does body count matter?
No. Look, here, we grown, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, if you are active, everybody has had somebody.
That's true.
So as long as you are doing whatever it is that you need to do and you're safe and you're protecting yourself and you're getting tested on the regular and you're making sure that you're holding yourself accountable and you're protecting your partners, it doesn't matter. I mean, I feel like people kind of take this to an area that it doesn't need to be taken to. It doesn't matter if you slept with 5 people or 50 people. Nobody will ever know. Even if you're a woman, the quality of your body's not gonna change. Do y'all know that the woman's vagina can squeeze out a whole bowling ball? It's a baby. It can squeeze out what, like a 6 to 13-pound kid and go right back to the way it was. So why does it matter?
Well, I'm not going to say the quality of the woman's body's not going to change.
It depends on the woman and it depends on the doctor that delivered it. Because
well, I'm not talking about the baby. You said
sometimes some women, they will birth a whole 10-pound baby naturally, go right back.
It's snatched back. And you saying body count, her body ain't gonna change now. Whether she had.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on now. Will we really know? Can we really look at some people and be like, I think she slept with 30 people. I think he slept with.
No, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
But I do think it's a double standard.
It is.
I mean, let's be clear. Women like to have as much fun as men like to have fun, but we're held at a different standard because we are ladies. We are supposed to be these women, and and we shouldn't be sleeping around with all these women. We're supposed to protect our pearls, right?
With a bunch of women. She said we sleep around with all these women.
Oh no,
depending on the woman.
We ain't complaining about that. Maybe why you didn't tell me so I could have got down? Like, you had to hide her.
I understand.
I know what you mean.
We're not sleeping around with a bunch of women, but you know, we sleeping around with a bunch of men, and we shouldn't be doing those things. We should, what we have is precious, right? Save it for that person. But let's be clear, We've all have had multiple. You cannot, unless you that true believer in we're celibate before we're married, or unless you have your high school sweetheart and you're still with them from high school to now, you have a body count on you, whether it's 2 or 20.
Oh,
big facts.
Okay?
Yep.
So, I mean, it's that double standard and, that whole, like you say, we live in a society where we're judged on because we're women. So we're not supposed to act that way.
The only difference between men and women and the sexual partners it is that they have is women, we get evidence, okay? A baby is evidence. Men, y'all don't necessarily have too much evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then why are women so concerned about their body count? Why when you ask a woman, she'll lie about it? If it doesn't matter to women, and then I'm going to pose this on her, and these are the things I keep saying. Men have to earn our value. Women are born with it. We have to have the ability to build a future, and women have to have the ability to control their past. And that's what we'll base it on. If a man can show you that he can lead into a better way toward down the future, you will choose him as a husband. And if a woman shows you that she can preserve her past, you would choose as a wife. Watch this. When we was talking about this, here's the difference when it comes to it. Because at the end of the day, this is the standards of life that men have accepted. If as a man, I walk into a single woman's life, a single mother's life who has a child, society expects me to go in and have to financially bear that responsibility of that package. But if a single woman walks into a single father's life, society don't expect her to take that load. If she does it, cool. But it's not a responsibility because we are the providers. Also, put it like this. Let's say a woman finds this dude that she's into, right? And he comes in from out of town and he moves in with her and she takes care of him. We call him a bum. He's a straight bum. If he's living off this woman, she didn't take care of him, the bum. Flip the script and a man brings a woman into town, takes care of her, she's just a sugar daddy. So men have accepted that the double standard, when it don't benefit us, we cool with it. We get it. But like a woman, right now, me and Bryce walked up to the club we got to pay in unless they realize who we are. We paying to get in. But if two pretty women accompany us, they just on looks alone. Go right into the club. Go right into the club. And no woman stops and go, no, they not able to get in without paying, so we're going to be right here and stay with them. Right. No, you ain't. You finna go in the club, get these free drinks, go in the VIP with you and your homegirls, and enjoy the night. Yep. While me and Bryce got to pay $100 to walk off here.
It don't.
Bryce, what do you think?
Yeah.
Absolutely agree. Nothing but facts.
Right. So I don't know. There's a biological difference in it, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna ask y'all this question: if I told you this car I'm about to give you is worth $800,000, are you gonna put it inside your garage or leave it out of the driveway?
Can I drive it still?
Well, you can do whatever you want to, but when you park it, will it be in the garage or in your driveway?
Oh, in the garage.
It's definitely going to be in
the garage. You know why? Because you put value into that. You have a value into that, and that's how men see our women. When we get with our women, we stake a value into that, and we don't want nobody else getting it for free.
I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. And I have a question for you too, Bryce, since you brought up value. Uh-huh. Do you believe that a woman with a high body count, personally, not society, y'all personally, as men, a woman with a high body count, do you feel like she loses value?
I feel like she loses value, but it doesn't change the fact that I may still end up with her, because I personally can view it differently. But it might be being the exception to the rule. Don't change the rule. Because if you take a person of prestige, because it's like this, the thing about men is we have barbershop talk. Okay. And when you're a man in position, the one thing me and Bryce will do is when you bring old girl into the barbershop, we laugh because me and Bryce just tossed up at the house. And now you try to make a serious relationship with her, and me and Bryce looking like, he done tried to girl. Don't even know she was over there last night with the both of us.
That's exactly what I was going to be on right there. She loses value if it's known.
Yes.
Like he said with the barbershop talk. If it's known that she gets around town, then yeah. But if she's a woman who preserves herself and she know how to keep her business to herself, you're not even going to think about it. You just think about what you're going to do for that woman. You see what I'm saying?
So y'all's thing is, if somebody knows y'all don't want it, but if don't nobody know, then y'all cool with it. That don't change. That she's exactly.
It don't, but it ain't like this. They say it ain't what you can prove. It ain't what you can prove. I mean, it ain't what you know. It's what you can prove. So the person, if my lady walks into town, if my wife walks into town, nobody knows her, knows about her past, ain't nothing.
Now, the world is a very small place, okay? We are all removed by 6 degrees of separation.
It is.
It don't matter how well you hide anybody. Somebody gonna know what's up.
By that time, we should be married 10 years into it, 4 more kids.
Okay, so 10 years in, you done found out that she had...
I'm there now.
And just all up in what would you do?
We're 10 years in now. We tested. It's a done deal. We're 10 years. It's the pre-selection that we have to go through, because y'all don't understand is the fact that with me and man, it's a very hard thing, because this woman, like we take for instance, when you a man in position and your woman is steady, like Patrick Mahomes is going through it right now. And I don't know how true it is. He done asked his wife to stop coming to the games. But the way that she's doing certain things, or I give you one any better. What did everybody do to Steph Curry when Aisha said what she said about wanting to be seen attracted to other men? They ate Steph up. They didn't eat her up. They ate Steph up.
No, they ate her up.
But I'm saying everybody said Steph should have divorced. Like if you saw most of the taglines, it was like Steph she cheating, Steph this, that. Because that's why Steph had to do the little thing and come out and speak on it. Because it was the way that everybody was coming to him like he chose her.
And I really think that was unfair how they did her, because she is a woman that has literally been with the same man her whole adult life. And all she wanted to do was just feel sexy. She has her husband. He knows she's sexy. They got kids together. She might have felt like, you know what? I don't feel it for myself. And that's what she wanted to do. And she said it out loud. And people in mass media have a habit of misconstruing words. They take one sentence, they twist it up, and they run the other way with it.
That is true.
Well, we telling women, welcome to our world. Because that's what it's told us men. Everything that we say, they always tell us, well, it ain't what you say. I mean, what you're thinking is what you say.
But the thing is, we've always been in that world. It's just that people pick and choose topics to get y'all on, just like they pick and choose topics to get us on.
I think they coddle y'all a little more, though. Because you have to watch a tone when you talk to a woman. Well, I ain't gonna bring that up till later, but you have to watch your tone talking to women.
Same thing. No, I feel like it's the same thing. If a man was to cheat on the woman, we're expected to forgive, move forward, and we do move forward, and we decide to give you another chance. If the woman decides to step out of the relationship, cheat, the man's not getting no second or third.
You know why? Mm-hmm. You know why? Because
is it the same reason why we can't have a body count?
Because if I exercise my option, I can do that and step back into my house and love my woman completely the same. Women are not objectified by physical things. If a man takes you there, that's because he's touched something in your life. Mm-hmm. He's touched something. So when you respond in that way, you like him. So it changes the dynamic of our relationship now because you're in another relationship at this point.
He can touch something, but it ain't got
with no emotion.
With no emotion.
Y'all not built to sleep with two different men the same exact.
Yes,
that's why y'all will have sex. That's why y'all will have sex with the man that mentally stimulates you the most. You'll just continue having sex with your boyfriend so it don't alert no red flag.
But what if I like to get mentally stimulated in two different ways by two different people? What if y'all both mentally stimulate me?
If that's the case, when we having threesomes. I mean, getting trains ran on, and they not. Because
they are.
I'm saying majority of the women will be getting trains ran on.
These same women that y'all think don't have a body count.
Thank you.
They are. And they step out and
they may do, but they're not giving the equal amount of sex to the saints to do different people.
The holiest ones are the dirtiest ones. You heard me.
But I'm saying stepping out ain't a thing. It's the fact is you can't continuously do that because y'all emotions get tied to it. Y'all will get invested into it.
Relations with no emotion.
Now listen, you making this the exception to the rule don't change the rule because if we line 15 women up right now, and I say, hey, for the next 3 weeks I want you to come to my house and just sleep with me and go home. How many of them 15 women will be down with that?
It depends. Probably about 10 of them.
Probably 5.
Women ain't do that like that.
And then I want to ask y'all this. I know we wind down all the time. This who's easy to have sex for, men or women?
Say it again.
Who has more accessibility to have sex, men or women?
I say it's 50-50 now.
What?
No, yeah.
Women are a little bit more.
We have to earn the ability to have sex with women.
Women over there giving it to men.
She say yes.
We have to earn the ability. If we line 20 women up and 20 men on this side, and me and Bryce go, who want to go have sex with us right now? And y'all said that. We know for a fact all 20 men gonna say yes.
All of them dudes gonna be like,
all 20 men. we may get an eighth of them. We might get it because listen, y'all realize there is
come take us.
There is a large percentage of men that have never even had sex.
At all?
At all. That's a large percentage.
Where are they?
Cut it.
Why are they? Because
type of guy.
Most of them y'all think are weird. And the other ones you think are perverted. Look, weird and perverted Chad are not getting sex from women because they look weird. The only way it changed for them is they do what? Change their status economically. They get a little money, then they can start having more sex.
I don't know. I know some weirdos that be over there getting down behind the scenes, man. I'm telling you.
But see, you still talking about a 1% of the men population because we already know it's less than 40% that men that are actually having active sex weekly.
Okay. So with these statistics, right? I think we should do a poll. How many weirdos and perverts is over here getting down behind the scenes?
Because listen, Bryson, y'all know this. I wish women would get. How many times you hear women say, "No, because that fool is weird. I'm not doing that." You hear that so much from women. And we accustomed to it. We understand this. If we ain't financially in position, if we ain't socially in position, if we ain't attractive, if we're short, if we're fat in a certain sense, and ain't got no money, we understand we're not gonna be your type.
Well, we can't take all of those things at the same time. You ain't even gave us nothing to win with.
But women on just a premise of it, men will have sex with different types of women, just based on that. We'll have sex with a broke woman, a fat woman, a weird woman.
Yep.
All that. Our standards are a crazy woman.
We looking for the
There's a lot of things that y'all will rule out.
Apparently he don't know how many homosexuals and crazy men be over there knocking people down behind the scenes with no drawback.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
What's a homosexual?
Oh, you don't know what a homosexual is?
Yeah, you gotta explain it. The rest of us looked at it like,
so let me tell y'all about this lovely internet slang called a homosexual, okay? Homosexuals are the men that don't really have nowhere to live. They ain't got nowhere to stay. So what do? They find a woman, they have sex with her, and they keep having sex with her, and they end up just slowly moving their stuff in their house, and all of a sudden they got a place to live. Homosexual.
That was me at one point in life, man. I'm guilty of that. I'm sorry. Your Honor, I was a homosexual at one time. Now I know what I was. I now know what I was. Man, I thank you for that, for educating me on that.
You know what?
I didn't know that's what I was.
I just learned it last year.
I didn't know that's what I was. I was a full-fledged homosexual.
You was a full-fledged homosexual. Look at how you've been delivered. Praise the Lord.
I've been delivered. Come on now. I'm a changed man.
All right.
I'm a changed man. Listen, because we just figured out that most of us men are homosexuals out here. Wow. Hey, if you think body counts matter, man, I want you to comment up under the page, up under this video, man, and tell us what you think about it. And if you feel like it's the same, or you feel like it's any different, or you feel like it's all BS, people should just do what they want to do. Whatever the case, we want to know how you feel. So let us know how you feel. Drop the comments under there. Make sure you do. Click the link, subscribe, tell your people about it. And we'll be back on this last message with a hot seat question. I got a hot seat question for him. I ain't even told him about it. I'm going to hit him right in the face as soon as we come back from this. No, I said it. I see how that did come off. I'm sorry. That did welcome back to the so logically speaking, we moved into the hot seat part of the episode right now, man. And in light of everything that's been happening last week, we just recently lost somebody in the community, Brother Kevin Samuels. And why even bringing this up as a hot seat question? Just when I know Chelsea said, I don't even know who that is. That lets you know how she do his work. Bryce was like, Bryce did. But for those that may have not known who Kevin Samuel was, he was a self-proclaimed relationships coach, YouTuber who often had a lot of feedback dealing with women in relationships. But a lot of things that people didn't know, he started out with men because he was into fashion at first. And so he started telling men what they need to do to elevate their game to get the woman that they desired. Well, he recently passed, and he's received a lot of criticism. Some people glad about his death. And I just want to know, for us that do know who he is, what do y'all think about that, man? Do you feel like people harshly judge this dude, or the fact that, man, people are really like happy he's dead? Like, can you be that mad at somebody?
That's crazy. Me personally, I wouldn't wish death on anybody. Yeah. I mean, and then you have to understand that everyone is entitled to their opinion, and that's basically all this man was given. I'm not here to try to say that all the statements that he made towards women, and even some of the statements he made towards men, were right. But like I said, he's entitled to his opinion. So however he decided to live his life was him. And when it comes to a lot of the statements that he made in regards to men and women, I mean, this is the entertainment business. Like a lot of people are gonna say stuff that's gonna be out the way to a lot of folks. So you have to pick and choose your battles carefully. Like to try to go after this man and be happy about his death. I mean, that's too much to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's gonna say something that's gonna offend you from time to time. Right. But to try to be happy about someone's death, that's taking it too far.
Yeah. Yeah, because some of the comments were there.
That's crazy.
He was like, yeah, look at it. He gave it deserve. He talked about people being alone. He died alone. Like, what?
That's sad.
It's kind of like, I mean, I do agree with him. Somebody did die. That's somebody's father. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's son. I mean, he's still a human being at the most cellular level. But I don't agree with them. But I do understand why some people feel the way that they feel. That man was harsh. And, everybody doesn't like to be talked to harshly. So whenever somebody who has a harsh tongue meets a harsh death, people feel like, okay, it's great, it's poetic justice. But at the end of the day, that was still a person that had a life.
Right.
And that's really it. I mean, that was somebody's person. But, whew, I mean, that's just a reminder of how it is that people should live their lives. You should always go out of your way to be decent to people, because you never know what those people are going through. Because you never know when it ever be your day. And then just imagine if you went through your whole life just being rude and being nasty. Not his whole life, but having moments where he was seeing being rude and being nasty and dragging people. People are going to feel like that. So whenever you got a controversial life, baby, you're going to have a controversial death. So make the mark it is that you want to make.
That was deep, right?
That was deep.
About to finish out there. That was deep. Chels, what you think about it?
Me personally, I definitely never wish, death on anybody. People are entitled to have their own opinions. People are entitled to have their own perspective and view on things. You may not agree with somebody says, but yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's right to be doing that in the comments. But social media, that's what they do.
Right.
So
it's still empowered everybody.
Platform, he's gonna get that public attention.
True.
Right.
True.
I have heard of some of the things that he did say, but no, I don't agree with some of it. I really didn't know who this man was.
And she's serious. She not playing, y'all. She was like, I don't even know who that is. I ain't heard him.
Yeah.
But and I'll preface my comments by saying this. First of all, my condolences go to his family. His mother found out on social media that her son died before she ever heard of it. I'm gonna say this. I think, and I get it, his tone was harsh, so a lot of people didn't like that. But I think we killed the messenger so hard, a lot of people missed the message. Yep. And if you listen to a lot of his conversations, because he did it to men first, and nobody complained about it until he turned around and started having these conversations with women. And they was like, well, he's disrespectful. But I'm like, every week, women called in to his show and talk about their life. And he would ask them questions, and then based on the way they would answer the questions, he would say, well, this is what you should expect. Being this, and this is this. If you want this man, you need to look and sound and act like this. And the one thing I got from even watching some of his old stuff is he was telling us as men and as women to be accountable.
Right.
Be self-accountable. If it's something you want to, like, as men, we understand it. I always say this stuff. Women can say this to us and we have to accept it. You're not attractive. I don't really like you like that. You're not in the financial place where I want to be with you. And we have to accept that. And he told us men, if you want to get in that position to pick the woman that you want, get yourself in position. Go get your money up. Get your credit up. Get yourself in shape. Those thinking men had to accept that. So, and the other thing he was telling us is to stop telling people what they want to hear and be honest. I had my partner say to me, and it made me get back in the gym. And me and Price been talking about it. He walked past. He said, "Man, we start wearing them tight shirts because I just want to suck your titty." And dudes say that stuff, and it sounds harsh. But he was being honest, like, yo, you think you rocking, but you not. You not going nowhere looking like that. Loosen that shirt up. And I did like 50 push-ups. It was harsh, but the reality of it was, everybody know what I used to look like. I used to be ripped up. So if I'm going to go back to doing that, I need to get back in position. And I think that was a lot of Kevin Samuel's message. And as hard as it may be, but we need to stop, because I know women I've seen women in groups of packs that they homegirl look like somebody was standing behind her, walking with her, because she got all this stuff hanging out. Ooh. Even slim girls, they be built real bad but wearing some stuff, and women be like, girl, I got this jacket you can put on with that. No, you should be telling her, take that out and put something else on. Off.
But there is a difference with, I feel like, in order for you to really get your message received, you have to know your audience. Some people like that straight cut, raw, give it to me hard. Some people like that. Some people, you have to be gentle with them, because if you're not, you can break them in places that they'll never be able to come back from. And you just have to know your people. It's like Iyanla. Y'all remember Iyanla Van Zandt? Iyanla told everybody the truth, but the way that she delivered it was different than the way that Kevin delivered his truth.
But my issue was, it wasn't the people on the show that was mad. It was the people listening and watching. They were the one that had the problem with the delivery.
I had a problem with his delivery. It was very hard for me to watch because I don't like harshness.
Right.
I'm just a particular person that harshness and abrasiveness jars me. You can tell me the truth, but baby, you ain't gotta rip me to shreds. You could just be like, hey man, you know, you need to tighten this up right here. You gotta work out, you gotta do that. Now, oh girl, you look like an exploded can of biscuits. God help you. You need to go get your chubby ass in the gym. Like, no, you ain't gotta talk to me like that.
Women?
Not all women. Some women like that.
Yeah.
Some women do. Some might be like, you know what? I sure do look like a pack of grands, baby. Let me just tuck this poop on in. Let me just put my girdle on today, girl, because that's all I got right here. You know what I'm saying? Some people are okay with that, but some people are like, baby, sugar, you know what? Just put that biscuit down, girl. You don't need nothing else. How about you just drink some water? You okay? You going through a thing? I've been noticing that you've been sitting at the table a little bit too long. You know, come on, girl. Let's go walk. Let's go talk about this real quick. You don't have to sit here. And it is a difference. Yeah, read the room.
But I know people that ain't. I feel like when people ain't ready to receive it, they ain't ready to accept it at all.
That's true too.
Because even if you tell them, hey, you know, you're not small anymore, or you say, hey, you need to work on that. I think both, if they ready to accept it, they going off anyway. Who you think you talking to? Look at you. Because matter of fact, when I was talking about it on social media, one girl, yeah, you think you. I said, baby, this ain't got personal. I was just talking. You know what I'm saying? She went to my profile. I wasn't trying to go down all my pictures. I was like, hey, baby, but I'm good where I am. I said, I'm 6'1", 250. Let's talk about you. And I went to her page. I said, I see why she won't talk. Yeah. But in light of that, man, we thank y'all for joining another episode of Logically Speaking, because that's what we did today. We logically spoke. And I want to thank my guests for being here. My people. I ain't gonna say my guests, my people. We in here, we sipping and we drinking and we going down there. You know what I mean? Miss Chelsea for dropping by. She drove an hour in. Yes. They gonna tell us we need to move over to her where she at. You know, thank Jericho always coming in ever since I seen her at the auditions. And y'all know, man, my man Bryce, man, he always in the place to be with me like that one time. So man, say for sure. I mean, drop your handles. Make sure y'all drop your handles so people can follow. You gonna drop your? You'll remember people follow.
I'm gonna start off. You can catch me on Black Planet. You know, that's where I'm at. You know, they'll find you, boy. Just started my Facebook, so I'm getting there. Yep.
You can reach me on Facebook as Jericho Roy. Instagram is Miss J Chris, MISSJKRIS, and TikTok at Miss J Chris 87.
On Facebook, you can Chelsea or Chelsea. What people say is CHELC. And then Instagram official
Gotcha. And really, you can just find me because I'm everywhere. I'm on your billboards. I'm in your house. I'm on your TV. You just sounding real cocky right now. No, I was just playing. But yeah, man, everything is Corey Esper with me, man. And definitely go to the YouTube, man, and hit that because we got a new show coming out called X Factor that we're going to be shooting, man. It's going to be a really, really good show. It's going down. And we're going to shoot it sitcom style, so make sure y'all stay tuned, man. And I got the couch that's going down, so make sure you stay tuned for episodes of that where we'll be interviewing a lot of the celebrities and industry people that are coming because I'm going to have Jericho on there, talk about her new movies that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to see Chelsea coming up so we can talk about her business and all the things that she's doing and some of the seminars that she needs to be putting together with her knowledge, you know what I'm saying, in the business that she's dealing in and transportation and different things like that. There's just got a lot going on. And then you can definitely see me and my man Bryce because we definitely working on some stuff, putting it out there. But in the meantime, between time, y'all know what to do. Click on that button and make it happen like that. Until next time, Logically Speaking, we up out this count. We'll see y'all next week.
Untitled.